Now, it's time for the Tubby Smith Show, presented by the Mid-South Chevy Dealers, the official truck of the Memphis Tigers. The show is also supported by Regional One Health, Jack Pirtle's Chicken, AutoZone, Pizza Hut, and by MLGW.
Welcome in, everybody. It was a one-game week, but it was a good one. A come-from-behind victory over an old friend. UAB was in town. Coach, you had to play your four core, if we're going to call them that. A lot of minutes in this game, and what a performance you got from your sophomore, Dedrick Lawson.
Well, you mentioned earlier UAB has had it's been a rivalry, a connection. We talked about it last week. Gene Bartow coached here, and a number of players that played at University of Alabama, Birmingham for Gene Bartow that were Memphians. So it was there's a lot of things at stake. It's a home game. We're coming off of a loss at Ole Miss, and our guys are finishing up exams. So we may have been a little rusty. We're not really on top of our game to start the game, but it was a good contest for us. It was a good test for us too.
You fell behind by 9 early in the second half, and then Dedrick Lawson went to town. He almost had a triple-double. It, by the way, a little earlier today, produced his very first American Athletic Conference Player of the Week, and he's been nothing short of sensational for you.
Yes, he has. And Dedrick is a young man who's still maturing. He's only a freshman, so he's a guy that has, when I say freshman, in his age, but he was there last year, but he's really when I say freshman in maturity, so he's starting to grow up and get better. But he had an unbelievable day. His ability to block shots, 8 shots blocked. And it's troublesome because a lot of people get into the basket. It usually wasn't his guy he was blocking. But I'm happy for him. Deserves American Athletic Conference Player of the Week, and most deserving.
You did have a short week, and we'll get into what you do when they're taking all kinds of finals and their focus might not exactly be on basketball. But coming up in this show, you will see highlights of that game with the UAB Blazers. And believe me, there are some highlights from one Mr. Number One. The Mid-South Chevy Dealers Inside Access is also a chance for me to go one-on-one with Dedrick Lawson. And the AutoZone Road Ahead actually has 2 games this week. Monmouth, that'll be tomorrow night. And then on the road in Norman, Oklahoma. But we will center on the Blazers when we come back.
You're watching the Tubby Smith Show, presented by the Mid-South Chevy Dealers. The Tubby Smith Show, presented by the Mid-South Chevy Dealers.
It was nice to see the UAB Blazers come to town. Football, we used to have this battle for the bones. We got to do something, because I think this is a series you want to continue, right?
Well, we like to. I think it's healthy for us. I think they do a great job in the way they recruit, and their kids play an exciting brand of basketball. And as you mentioned, it's not that far away.
And I know we will be there next year, and this was a great beginning for your big man, Chad Cook, right off the bat. Assisted, high-low, worked out perfectly.
Well, we had a nice high-low situation there, and Dedrick is an excellent passer. Not only is he he had 3 assists in this game to go along with his 24 points and 10 rebounds. And so he's a good passer, and they look for Chad inside. Chad's issues are, just making sure he's going to throw. Again, you see a great skip pass. That was another pass from, I think, Dedrick or KJ, skipping across court because they were sagging, and Markel had an open 3 to knock it down. Again, good penetration there by KJ, and those 2 brothers work extremely well together. Right now, they're a very tough combination. I'm so happy to have them on the team. A good post feed there, Jeremiah is an excellent passer. When you find a guy like Dedrick open inside one-on-one, he's usually going to win that matchup. Again, UAB had they took us to the woodshed early on, out-rebounding us and outplaying us in that first half. You can see we got a shot fake there. We have a real problem with that. I was telling our guys they keep jumping up and they were head fake. Well, what a great move
That
there.
is pretty right there.
Well, you know, it kind of reminds me of George Gervin or Dr. J when he goes in and lays that ball up like that.
And there is one of the 8 blocks. By the way, that's the 3rd most in school history.
Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And, you know, Keith Lee and some other players like that have blocked
David
shots.
Vaughn.
David Vaughn. Those are some great shot blockers, you know, that were in this program and have been. So for him to do that it tells you about how he's growing and how he's maturing, especially defensively. We knew what he could do offensively, but now he's playing great defense.
Markel Crawford, you saw on the other side with the nice pass from Jeremiah Martin, 4 assists for Jeremiah. Crawford had his season high at 16 points in this game. He had 5 rebounds as well, and I don't know what you can do really to stop that, because that was a goaltend, folks.
Well, you know, they did a good job of working the boards. They beat us on the boards by 2, and they were very aggressive. Again, you see there, we've got to do a better job of containing the dribbler, you know, and not letting them attack the basket like that. And that's a real problem. You see a kid, Chris Coakley, who's a very talented player, and that's why they're picked to win that Conference USA. He really battled on the boards. He had 8 rebounds in this game, 16 points. So we needed somebody, again, nice pass there by Jamario to Markel. Markel is out, you know, he's energized. He came in, did a great job. Another excellent block there by Dietrich. Again, good move, tough shot by KJ over 2 people. Something he's, you know, with his length, he's capable of doing that. Again, there was a situation where we didn't defend the guy off the dribble. He penetrates, finds somebody open, but right back at you.
Splash right there. I tell you what, you fell behind by 9. You went on a 21-8 run, and this was a thing of beauty. It was all triggered by really your defense that got to go, and you turned that thing up beautifully.
Absolutely. Well, when you're down, you know you're in a desperate situation. You have a sense of urgency, so you better come out and you better pick up the intensity defensively, and we did. A nice inbounds play there, but that's where we have to hang our hat on, our ability to stop people. We're not going to be that great of an offensive machine. You see an excellent block there by Jamario. I don't know, I guess he must be raising his hands to his girlfriend or his mom or somebody in the stand.
That's the Pizza Hut delivery of the week. Jeremiah got it started to finish by Jeremiah. Maybe he knew that was coming.
Yeah, probably so. Again, getting the ball inside to KJ, I mean to Dietrich is a big. That's a nice dribble drive there, Markel. Again, you know, we've got to concentrate on defending just that. You know, the guy gets beat on the baseline. We were very lucky and very fortunate that Dietrich was honed in and focused in defensively. Great steal here. This kind of pulled us away a little bit.
Yeah, a little breathing room.
Yeah, a little
here.
breathing 5-point game. That was a big steal.
And he comes up and seals it. And you know, all these kids played 38 minutes, 40 minutes for Dietrich. So they are in some kind of shape.
Well, again, I think we haven't extended our defense. We knew we weren't going to go out and press these guys because we need to keep that core group fresh, you know, right, until we can get our other players, until we can get some of the other guys playing better. You know, Jamario came down wrong and is kind of tweaked his back, but he's okay now. Christian Kessie gave us some stability, but we still need to get him getting better. We're not getting the, you know, we got to find Craig Randall has to find his stroke again from the 3-point line, but we're getting there.
I'll tell you one guy who's there, that is for sure. The newly crowned player of the week, that would be Dietrich Lawson, and we get to go one-on-one with him in just 1 minute.
You're watching The Tubby Smith Show, presented by the Mid-South Chevy Dealers. Smith Show, presented by the Mid-South Chevy Dealers.
It has really been a lot of fun for me to watch a young man grow up right before our very eyes. That's what Dietrich Lawson is doing, and earlier this week we had a chance to go one-on-one. Dietrich, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Can't complain.
How's it going so far? New system, new coach. How do you feel about everything?
I feel great about everything. It's been a great adjustment. I think I can say for everyone, for the coaches change, everyone's loving the way the coaches came in with an open heart to teach us, and guys have an open mind to learn.
Is there anything different for you, the way you play, your style, where you're setting up on the floor under this new system?
Yeah, I'd say we run a lot of more plays I call quick hitters, things to get like quick baskets. We just run a lot of different sets. We had good sets last year. We ran like a lot of sets for me to post up, in and out. For just different sets for me and my skill set.
Now you went and tried and checked out the NBA waters last year. You went to that combine. What's the number one thing you learned from that?
No one thing I learned is just how to treat my body, eat healthier, to live a healthier lifestyle, just stay in the weight room. And then go to the next level. A lot of guys are stronger and quicker. My main thing coming back to school was to get stronger.
I know there was a thing about body content with fat and muscle and that,
yes,
and things of that nature. You look like a different guy. What's your body fat now? What do you think you've really done better with that?
As a matter of fact, I haven't checked my body fat since the summertime. Me and the strength coach, we've been talking about going back over to the South Campus where they got like a little body fat pod thing, getting back in there, see how much body fat went down and things of that nature.
You feel stronger?
Yes, sir. I definitely feel much stronger than I was last year.
Do you think that's helped you? Because you've been a double-double machine. Now,
yes,
you were
sir.
pretty good a year ago at that. There's no doubt about it. But you seem to be even more proficient with rebounding. Do you feel like you're stronger?
Oh, yes, sir, most definitely. We spent a lot of emphasis this summer just getting toned up, working on upper body, lower body strength, be able to have a balanced body, and just being able to be stronger just for the game period. You know, we kind of have a small team this year, so playing a 5 more with me getting stronger, it makes my job much easier.
Now, you've got a tough job, too, because you're getting double-teamed all the time.
Yes, sir.
And you're kind of like the target, like in the Ole Miss game.
Yes, sir.
They're going to try to foul you out. What are the lessons you're learning from that?
Man, from the Ole Miss game, it's just playing without fouling, just staying on the floor at the end of the thing. At the end of the day, Ole Miss game, the ref made the calls. Just me being smarter, just adjusting to the game on how the refs are calling, just to stay there for my team so we can be able to win.
And we all know the Lawsons are a family affair here. So, your mom played college basketball, your dad played college basketball. You got 2 other brothers besides KJ. You guys ever go 3-on-3?
We definitely go 2-on-2. I think the last time I played 3-on-3, I was probably about 6. My mom played. I think it was me, my mom. I want to say John. We played like on the outside goal. It wasn't really too much serious, but me, KJ, and Jonathan, when we played 2-on-2 last summer, it was me and Chandler on the team versus KJ and Jonathan. Me and Chandler had won.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Would that continue to happen?
Yeah, with Chandler, he's better than Jonathan right now, so we just mismatch.
Of the 4 guys, who's going to end up being the best of all?
I'd say Jonathan. He has that.
Jonathan?
Yeah, he has that killer instinct. He always wanted to be better than us at anything we do. He always in competition, even if we don't even see it. The game that I had 35 points in, he said I had 38 that same night. But I told him y'all had still lost though, so we won. I got the upper end on you.
Now, I know you're very close to KJ. Do you talk with Chandler and Jonathan the same way? Are you guys all tight?
Yes, sir. Chandler had a game the other day where they played another top high school in the country, and after the game I texted him. I told him I was proud of him. He played very well. He in the 10th grade playing against other guys who are seniors and they're at the top of their class. I think he held himself pretty well. Chandler, he always been great, and Jonathan, I talked to him. He's not really playing any competition in middle school right now, but I still talk to him. As a matter of fact, I just took him some food during lunch today. He wanted me to bring him something to eat. Took us on to eat, just things and they're just staying close to my family.
So like Thanksgiving Day, what's the conversation around the table between the 4 of you guys?
Man, well, just to talk about the last 2 years, I haven't spent Thanksgiving with them. Normally it'd just be typically basketball. My uncle, he's a basketball fanatic too. We just sit around and just talk about, we talk about like the middle, high school in the area, college and things of that nature.
Family business is hoops.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, you've coached a lot of wonderful, great players. What do you see the upside with this guy?
Oh, the sky's the limit. You know, Dedrick is he's a young man that will play for a long time in the NBA because he has the, just like he talked about, understanding what he has to do to improve his nutrition, taking care of his body, eating right, getting in the weight room, you can see how his body is changing. And a lot of that has to do with just, maturity. His body's starting to mature some. He's improved his outside shooting. He's struggling right now. His three-point shot is not, he shot at a higher clip last year, but he's averaging 10 rebounds a game and 20 points. So his stats have improved in every area. So I love his chances of playing at the next level.
And I know you loved one. That was only one fall in the last game. We take a break. When we come back, we'll find out why FedEx Forum is such a nice advantage.
You're watching The Tubby Smith Show, presented by the Mid-South Chevy Dealers. Tubby Smith Show, presented by the Mid-South Chevy Dealers.
FedEx Forum has now been the home of the Tigers for 11 years, and the players love it.
That's truly amazing, and that's the part of my decision on coming here. And I just can't wait to be in front of that many people that are actually cheering in front of me. I've been to places like UConn, their XL Center, and Cal, where they have all their fans cheering for them. So now it'd be great to finally have that.
For an NBA team to play there, and also for a college team to play there, I just think, it just helps us relax more. It's our gym, so we're more used to it than other teams. So we're just coming in as in our gym, so it's our house. So.
Only give us, it amps us up because it's fun whenever you play. Like, it feels new every time you play in the FedEx Forum, just because, one, growing up here in Memphis and going to see the Grizzlies play and going to see the Tigers play that was before us, and, it just give you that extra adrenaline.
I love it. It's like a dream come true from a young age, the age of 4 and 5. You seeing Derrick Roses, the Tyreke Evans, all those guys playing the FedEx Forum when it's jam-packed, people everywhere, and it's just a great feeling walking out there hearing those fans scream for you.
It's real fun. Just the atmosphere gets us ready for tournament time. I mean, it's not always a lot of people there, but it's still a good amount. So just being in that big of a place and everybody watching you, it's pretty fun.
I think it's big, obviously, recruiting. Kids come in and see an NBA arena, and it's got a big wow factor to it. I think with fans, it obviously holds a lot more than most college arenas. So getting more fans in there, having that home environment, and also getting the right kids here.
Special place, a place that is a unique situation with a pro team and the Tigers. So we're really happy that the Grizzlies, we have a great relationship with them. It's a great place to recruit to, and we're excited to be playing. And the fans, when they're in there, it's a great place to play.
Yeah, great crowd the other night, that's for sure. The AutoZone road ahead is another game there tomorrow night. We'll talk about it in a second.
You're watching The Tubby Smith Show, presented by the Mid-South Chevy Dealers.
The AutoZone road ahead, 2 games this week. Tomorrow night, Monmouth, Marketown. It's an 8 o'clock start. You can watch it right here on Local 30. And then on Saturday on the road, Norman, Oklahoma, Big 12 showdown. Ooh, that'll be tough, Coach.
Well, they'll both be tough games. King Rice played at North Carolina. His team missed the NCAA tournament at Monmouth. They probably should have been in, so they're playing extremely well. They're a tough team. Certainly Oklahoma, Lon Kruger, we've had battles in the past.
It'll be a lot of fun. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching The Tubby Smith Show, presented by the Mid-South Chevy Dealers, the official truck of the Memphis Tigers. The show is also supported by Regional One Health, Jack Pirtle's Chicken, AutoZone, Pizza Hut, and by MLGW.